been working on the Gorton mill too much, but I've got a plan, and I will bring you up to date on that in a little bit. But right now, I got a cabinet, and I wanted to share with you guys. Everybody has a shop and needs tool storage, and these old cabinets are really good for that. So I want to kind of show you guys what I picked up from work that was going in the dumpster. You take your handheld and give you a close-up of what I got. All right. Trying something new with the lighting. I just got some, so this is a blueprint cabinet. And it's a Hamilton. I know I kind of snuck up here. Yeah, I got a save from the dumpster for me. It's next to my Vidmar. And I don't know if this is going to look good. Maybe I'll just turn the lights on. Hey, look at him up. Look at the frog. See my frog? He's hanging out in the shop. Anyways, he's gonna stay there. Next to the air hose. So, anyhow, let me click the lights on. I mean, that was a goofy idea. There he is. So, this is my regular Vidmar cabinet. And it's up on block so I can pallet jack it. And this is my new cabinet. It's a Hamilton blueprint cabinet. My frog is still there. Anyhow, it's 2 foot wide. I'm sorry. It's like 21 inches deep. It's 22 inches deep. It's 35 wide, and it's 43 inches tall. And you can kind of see it's grungy, and it has 25 drawers, top to bottom. And the only thing is it's not ball bearing, which I thought it was, but it's okay. I just don't think I can put heavy stuff in there. You know, it'll just come out, but it. And see what they're using it for. Is only got, you know, gauges, Matsura, I guess that's a mill, Zager, that's a collet indexer, I think, Akuma, and some of them got this dreaded foam in them I got to take out that had tools in it. So they were using it where I work as a tool cabinet, but they were chucking it. But yeah, 25 drawers top to bottom. And this thing, man, these are pieces of 1/8 inch angle iron. I mean, this thing is very diesel constructed. And the top, I mean, this thing is just, it's just really sturdy. Let me back up here. I love looking at it because, man, look at all the drawers it's got. So, like I say, I just threw it in my doorway. Back up without. This is the entrance to my shop, and it's in the doorway. But for now, until I find a place for it, I mean, look I got my welding table, and I got, you know, this is my tall cabinet for tooling, and under the Blues Brothers poster is the welding table, and I mean, band saws, and let me just do a quick pan, the boring mill. In the foreground, my K.R. Wilson press, and my inspection plate and height gauges, and my Deco, my headless Bridgeport, and my Gorton, and Van Norman, and the Clearman drill press, and, you know, Clausing mill, and my Colchester lathe, and the Harding lathe, the Covell surface grinder, the Boyer Schultz red grinder, the green number 13 Brown and Sharp, my Tsugami lathe, and then, you know, I got workbenches and file cabinets, and underneath them, you know, more file cabinets and collets and more boxes that's full of collets, and, you know, part storage and bolt storage and end mill storage, and just so much in this shop. Oh, I got a refrigerator. Check it out. I got a refrigerator over there. The gray thing is my refrigerator, and that's new to the shop. I turn that's a Hamilton stand. I'm pretty sure it's, oh no, it's not. It's a Hollowell. Doesn't matter either way. But I mean, I just got so much stuff, and full circle back with my cabinet, so I got to figure out where to put it. Anyways, that's my latest score from the dumpster at work, and they just, you know, they throw this stuff out. And I mean, this cabinet, I'm telling you, it weighs like 250 pounds. I had to put it in the back of the pickup truck and forklift it, and I had it on a pallet. And this thing is so heavy, 25 drawers. It's amazing. Like I say, 43 inches tall, 22 inches deep, and it's like just under 3 foot wide, 35.5 inches. So like I said, I just stuck it there next to my Vidmar tool cabinet, and it kind of fits really well. And if I need to get a big machine in the door, I can always just throw my pallet jack under it and move it. There's my mini pallet jack. I got a wide one and a narrow one. That's my narrow one. I had to do some repairs on it, but it's I got it at a garage sale, like for 20, 30 bucks, I forget. But anyhow, that's what I was working on, or get with the drawers. I mean, this is handy stuff. You got fender washers up to like bloody huge. So, you know. Okay, so Gordon 9J update. All right, I got the gearbox hung over the parts washer sink, and because the inside was coated in bronze little flakes, and there's like little oiling holes everywhere for lubrication in the bushing. So I got it aiming slightly downward, so when I get my coolant spout and I flush inside there, all the chips don't settle in the oil holes for the bushing. So you can clean that out and blow it out and get it real clean. So let me kind of, all right, sorry. So let me refresh. Power input from the motor is here. Okay. This is just a dummy shaft that supports a gear on the inside, but it does nothing on the outside. And this had a collar on it, and I'm going to drive it now. It was driven here from the motor, and it had a 30-to-1 gear reduction inside. And the worm gear is stripped out, getting stripped out, and the bevel gears are some teeth broken. So I'm going to eliminate that. What I'm going to do is put a chain sprocket from here and chain it to here and bypass the internal gear reduction, the 30-to-1 gear reduction, and just spin this slower with an external gearbox. And I've got a 25-to-1 gearbox, so it kind of, yeah, that works good. That works well. So this Lovejoy coupling was the original input. That's just an idler. I'm going to actually cut that off shorter. So here was a collar, and it was pinned with a taper pin. So, and this staining here is where the oil level was. The oil level kind of comes right across here in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I figured out two different sprockets. I'm going to use 1/2-inch pitch chain, number 40 chain, and if I put an 18 tooth here and a 14 tooth driving it, I can get a chain to go around there, a 40 chain, with like 7/1000ths of free play. Like, I don't need an idler. I could make an idler if I needed to. I'm trying to get away with not having an idler. So that would be in reduction. So if I got a 25-to-1 gearbox, my goal is 30-to-1, and if I put a 14 tooth sprocket here and an 18 tooth sprocket here, it'll give me that extra bit of reduction I need to be right at 30-to-1 again, or like within a decimal place or two of being right. And the nice thing is, since the oil level is right here, this sprocket will be constantly dipping in the oil for the gearbox. And actually, there's the hole where it kind of goes through. This is all, you got a gasket sealer, goes around there. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm getting a sprocket, I don't know, G&G Manufacturing or somewhere. I might get one from Martin, I don't know. And this shaft is going to be remade. The worm is inside the gearbox now, and I'm just going to remake it longer and just use it as an idler shaft. I'm not going to have the worm on it inside because I'm not going to use that. So that's my solution to my worn out worm wheel and my worn out bevel gears, is to put a sprocket there, a sprocket there, and I worked it out in CAD in the SolidWorks, where those two sprocket center distance combinations result in 7 thousandths of free play in the chain, which is, I don't need an idler then. So it'll be low speed, high torque, and I think number 40 chain is, I think the working load is like over 1,000 pounds, and the braking strength is like 4,000 pounds in tension. So if you do the radius calculation and everything, and the torque of the half-horse motor or quarter-horse motor, I'm like way safety factor. And I get rid of the worm gear, which has a 50% efficiency, and I'm going to a planetary gear, which is probably in the 80s or 90s for efficiency. So let me show you the collar that used to be on there. Go on the bench. So that's this. It was just a collar on there, and I got it pushed in there. Ugh, won't come out. That's a taper pin, and it's actually not on center. It's 8 thousandths to this side. So when I make the sprocket, I'm going to have to duplicate my pilot holes before I ream it, 8 thousandths to match, and I'm going to put a plug of aluminum in my sprocket when I drill it, so the drill bit doesn't wander when it hits the bottom. And I got a reamer off eBay. I had every size except number 4 taper pin reamers. And this is an L&I. I think that's Laval and Ide taper pin reamer, and it's spiral. So that fits in there. Like I say, I'm replacing this collar with a chain sprocket. Yeah, that's where I'm at on the Gorton 9J gearbox, and everything else is in fine shape inside the gearbox. Very happy to say. So I can get that back together and get my Colchester lathe apron back together. And so many projects, but I enjoy it. I hope you guys like my videos. It's Tuesday. You can see by the windows it's dark outside. And I'm just tired from work. But I wanted to show you guys a little shop update with my Hamilton blueprint cabinet. Because I talked to my friends in Buffalo on the phone, and it's nice to have a visual of sometimes what I'm talking about. So that's kind of why I started doing these videos, and it's sort of nice for everybody who wants to see what I'm doing in the shop. So until next time, this Doozer's Shop.